How do we make moral judgments? We often see moral judgment with suspicion and fear. And maybe it's not surprising that a lot happens around us. Every day, our social media feeds are filled with criticism and blasphemy. As well as when gossip at work can threaten a person's career and psychological well-being. Sometimes it seems that our national politics has turned into little more than an attack war between enemy opponents. Beyond danger, there is also hypocrisy. It is not uncommon to find that those who make moral judgments, public evaluations of the truth or the misdeeds of others, are incompatible with morally upheld moral norms. Think, for example, politicians or religious leaders who opposed gay rights but later found asking for sex from other men. These and other examples seem to make it clear, moral judgments are antisocial, bugs in the community code. But recent research challenges this view, suggesting that moral judgment is an essential part of the social order, the force that drives people to consider the well-being of others. Our work, and the work of others, implies that, albeit sometimes unfavorable, moral judgments have an important and positive influence on the individuals and groups they inhabit. For example, we have an unknown group of people who take part in the game of public goods. In the game, all group members are allocated personal money that they can hold or contribute to public funds. The money donated to public funds is duplicated and shared among group members. The game structure means that everyone gets more individualized benefits by riding for free, keeping, rather than contributing, their own money, while also taking their share of public funds. However, if everyone travels freely, no public funds and the group as a whole is worse than if they manage to overcome the temptation to ride freely. This is a game that has been studied thousands of times, with the typical result that the group contributed to a relatively high level right from the start, before continuing to reduce their gifts in the next round. We observed this same pattern in our experimental group that played the standard game. However, we added rounds, allowing multiple groups to communicate moral judgments about each other's behavior between rounds. This moral judgment is a simple appraisal of each group member game in the game on a scale from very immoral to highly moral. Participants may also choose to submit no judgment. After submitting their rankings, the group member computer displays all of the group members' rankings before proceeding to the next contribution round, which attracted the attention of many PR groups that can propose and give each other moral judgments have a high degree of contribution of public funds in all rounds of the current study. Just having the ability to send morality evaluations to each other is enough to solve the problem of cooperation in this classic game. This fact despite the fact that group members are foreigners, they are separated and identified with each other only by the number of assigned participants. To understand the power of moral judgment, we also see the behavior of groups that are permitted to manage fines or reward the expensive money with each other. The effects of rewards and punishments on this contribution are more or less the same as those of moral judgment. In other words, people are equally motivated when their moral reputation is at stake as they paid for their studies.